net force but experience a torque. How? Just imagine you have a uniform electric field, and in this uniform electric field you are putting a dipole here, plus Q and minus Q. It is going to experience one force here, QE, and it is going to experience one force here, again QE, but in opposite direction. If I say what is net force, the net force is 0, because the two forces are equal and opposite. But yes, it is going to experience a net force which is PE sine theta. So in uniform electric field, a dipole will experience no net force but will just experience a net torque, and because of that it will not do any translational motion. It will not move forward or backward. It will just remain there, no translational motion, just a rotational motion. So the dipole will just stay there and will do rotational motion and no translational motion in case of uniform electric field. Second point, torque on a dipole becomes 0 when it aligns parallel. Yes, we know that once the dipole is aligned parallel, in that case the net torque is 0. Third point, torque is maximum, that we have already done, when the dipole is perpendicular. So when you have a perpendicular dipole, the torque is maximum, which is what? PE sine 90 PE. But what will happen in case of a non-uniform electric field? Point number 4. In case of a non-uniform electric field, for example, I am showing electric field like this. It means where the electric field is stronger, E1 is stronger than E2. E1 is maybe the electric field in this portion and E2 is the electric field in this portion. Where the lines of force are closer, it is stronger electric field. And in this case, if I am putting a dipole here, then here it may experience a force QE1 and here it may experience a force QE2. E2, I call it QE1 and here it will be QE2. But E1 is greater than E2, so QE1 will be greater than QE2. Thus, the net force is not 0. So in this situation, it is going to have a net torque also, and it is going to have a net force also. Thus, this kind of dipole will do translational motion and will also do rotational motion, will move forward or backward and will also rotate at its about its axis. So these are some of the points just to remind you, you should keep in mind, and now we are in a position to take some very good numericals. So as we just learned the torque and potential energy of the electric dipole and electric field, I have got two very good examples to give you strength in terms of application, what you learned. Like question number 4, we are told an electric dipole held at 30 degree in a uniform electric field. So there is a uniform electric field, and in this uniform electric field, which has itself a value of 3 into 10 to the power 4 Newton per Coulomb, there is an electric dipole, and this electric dipole is kept at 30 degree. And it is experiencing a torque which is 27 into 10 to the power minus 26 Newton meter. Find dipole moment. So we have this relation, torque is equal to PE sine theta. The torque which is experienced here is 27 into 10 to the power minus 26 Newton meter. So it is MKS correct units. Dipole moment P is required. Electric field is 3 into 10 to the power 4 and sine 30. So you are getting 9 into 10 to the power minus 30 is equal to P into 1 by 2. So the dipole moment is 18 into 10 to the power minus 30 Coulomb meter. Straight question on the concept you learned. Now question number 9 or question number 5. Question number 5. Here an electric dipole consists of two opposite charges each of 2 microcoulomb separated by 4 centimeter. So we are provided we have an electric dipole of 2 microcoulomb and minus 2 microcoulomb and they are separated by a gap of 4 centimeter. I can find its dipole moment will be Q into 2L. So I can find its dipole moment is 2 into 10 to the power minus 6 into 4 into 10 to the power minus 2. So dipole moment is 8 into 10 to the power minus 8 Coulomb meter. The dipole is placed in an external field of 10 to the power 6 Newton per Coulomb. So in the first situation we are told that there is a uniform electric field and that uniform electric field is 10 to the power 6 Newton per Coulomb. The dipole is placed in it. Find maximum torque on the dipole. So you know the formula of torque is what? Pe sin theta, and when you are looking for the maximum torque it is Pe sin 90. So the maximum torque when the dipole is placed perpendicular, and it will have a value P, which is 8 10 to the power minus 8, electric field 10 to the power 6. So it is 8 into 10 to the power minus 2 Newton meter. This is maximum torque. First part. Second part. Work done in rotating the dipole through 180 degree starting from theta is equal to 0. So second situation you have in case B. Now we are told it was initially theta is equal to 0. So theta initial is 0 degree. But we have turned it so that we have turned it by 180 degree. How much work is required? So you know external work you have just done Pe into cos theta initial minus cos theta final. Now P is the dipole moment, 8 into 10 to the power minus 8. Electric field is 10 to the power 6. Cos theta initial is cos 0 minus cos 180. So you'll have it 8 into 10 to the power minus 2 and 1 minus minus 1. So 16 into 10 to the power minus 2 joule. This will be the work done, or 0.16 joule to work done to shift it from theta initial is equal to 0 to theta final is equal to 180 degree. Now part C. Work done in rotating the dipole through 180 degree starting from theta initial is equal to 90 degree. So here we are given another situation where initially the dipole was kept perpendicular. So theta initial was 90 degree. And then from there I have turned it by 180 degrees, so plus q and minus q here. This way. We have turned it from theta initial 90 to theta final 90 plus 180, that is 270. What will be the work done? Pe cos theta initial minus cos theta final. So Pe cos 90 minus cos 270. Both will be 0. Work will be 0. No work is required because here in both the situation the potential energy is 0. No change in potential energy. You know this is considered to be a reference point. Here the potential energy will be 0 and at 270 also the potential energy will be 0. Let's take part D. Net force on the dipole at theta is equal to 90 degree. So this is what we learned in the important point. When the dipole is kept at 90 degree, what is the net force? Here it will experience a force QE. It's a uniform electric field. Here it will experience a force QE. The net force will be 0 because electric field is uniform. If this electric field was non-uniform, there was existing a net force. So these two questions again gives you a good practice of the concept